Anytime people are stuck, I go through these. Anytime I've been stuck, and if you're stuck, you can use the same one, but I go through these 5, what I call gauges. And it's because just like on a car, you see the gauges, you see the gas getting empty, you see the speed going up or going down, you see gauges, oil pressure. So these are my gauges. Anytime people are stuck, I go through these. Anytime I've been stuck, and if you're stuck, you can use the same one, but I go through these 5, what I call gauges. And it's because just like on a car, you see the gauges, you see the gas getting empty, you see the speed going up or going down, you see gauges, oil pressure. So these are my gauges. Number 1 is mindset. Why? Because, dude, if you don't believe you can or it's possible or whatever, you got a problem, period. So like you have to start with mindset. You have to be clear. You have to know and believe and improve and all of that. So mindset is imperative, just to answer your question. The second gauge I look at is now what I call my map. Why? Well, because if I don't know where I'm going or where I want to go, how am I supposed to know if I'm going there? Well, you don't. So you have to have a clear map, right? And then the third step, the third gauge, I look at the motions I'm making. Motion meaning motion, actions, habits. What are your daily habits? And then the fourth one is measurements. How are you measuring everything? What aren't you measuring that you should be? Because if you don't measure it, you can't manage it. So at the end of the day, what are your measurements? And then the last gauge is money. What are you doing with your money? Or maybe you don't have any money. Okay, and that's a problem, right? So the gauge tells me, where's the money going? And the reason why I look at that is because you could make $1 million a year for 20 years and end up broke. Why? Because you had a messed up money gauge. It was going in and out, and you didn't even realize the value of money. You didn't realize how to invest it. And literally, you made great money for 20 years. Everyone thought you were rich, and you broke, and you died a broke man. You know why? Your money gauge was messed up. So there's the money gauge. So you got your mindset, your map, right? Your motions, your measurements, and your money. And those are the gauges that you just run everything through. So if right now I say, hey, Portnoy, how much money you make last year? You say, oh, I don't know. And I say, you want to double it this year? And you say, yeah. Well, why aren't you making that? That's the question. Why aren't you making what you want to make, Portnoy? How much do you want to make, Jason?
$1 billion.
Okay. Why didn't you?
It's all on me. I didn't work hard enough to get that billion.
Of course, but that's cliche shit. Why didn't you is the question.
I didn't ask enough people for their money.
The answer is because you don't know how. If you knew how to make $1 billion last year, wouldn't you have made $1 billion last year?
Hopefully.
Okay, so again, people have to recognize fact. The fact is you don't know how. So now it's like, okay, I want to make $1 billion. That's your map. I want to get here. Okay, now where's the how? Right? So if you use those gauges on that scenario, you'd start to realize, number 1, mindset. How's your mindset on $1 billion? You think it's possible?
I do.
You believe in it?
I do.
Are you excited and enthusiastic and optimistic?
At most times, I believe so.
You believe you're going to make $1 billion this year?
That's where it gets tricky.
Yeah, but do you believe, Portnoy, you're going to make $1 billion this year? Answer the question. It's not tricky. It's a yes or a no.
Probably not.
Okay, that's why you're not going to make $1 billion. So guess what? You just, by looking at the mindset gauge, you just found the problem. That's the problem. And guess what? At the end of the year, you're going to go, see, I was right. And yes, you are right because your mindset gauge was jacked. Now, if the mindset would have been, no, I do believe it's possible. Yes, I do believe I'm going to do it. Then you go to your next one. Okay, what's your map? Oh, it's $1 billion. It's clear. I get it. Okay, now that's cool. Then let's move on. What's the third one? You remember?
Measurement.
Motion.
Motion.
Yeah, that's your daily habits. It's what are you doing? What are your actions? What are your motions? Every day, if you looked at your motion, is that moving you towards $1 billion or away from $1 billion? And it's very clear to see. Hey, I'm going to buy this kick-ass watch, dude. Is that moving you towards $1 billion or away from $1 billion?
Away.
Well, away, actually. Okay, then why are you buying yourself a watch if your goal is to make $1 billion and you want to move towards it? So if you look at the daily motions, you'll see if you're moving towards or away. If you have the fourth one, the fourth gauge, measurement, sometimes, oh shit, I didn't even look at what I was spending. Oh, that's because your measurement gauge is messed up. So you better go fix your measurements, which means, oh, I need to start tracking that. I need to start paying attention to this. I need to start measuring this. Exactly. And then now your measurements are right. Okay. Your motions are right. Your map is clear. You know exactly what you're doing and how to get there. Your map is all freaking detailed. It's not some crayon and hazy. You got freaking a Garmin in the deal. You know exactly how to get there. And your mindset believes it's possible. You're on your way, son. Last thing that I would say is check the money gauge, because the money gauge, just because it's full, doesn't mean your money gauge isn't whacked. A lot of people making a lot of money, but it's going in one end and out the other, or it's coming in and then they're saving it. You don't save your money unless it's for something. So I've talked to people trying to double their business, and they're like, I got $500,000 in the bank. I'm like, well, take the $500,000 and start investing, do this, grab that, buy that, pay for this. Oh no, why? Well, that's my cushion. Your cushion for what? In case something happens. So you're not going to use the money that you have to grow, but you want to grow. So you want to grow without being able to use all the tools you have at your disposal. How does that make any sense? Like, dude, you want to grow or not? Yes, I do. Okay, good. That tool is a growth tool. Use it. No, I don't want to use it. See how it contradicts itself? That's like me coming up to you going, hey, Portnoy, what are you doing? And you're like, building a doghouse. And I'm like, dude, you got a butter knife. And there's a big old shed full of tools right there. And you like, yeah, I'm saving those. And I'm like, saving them for what? I don't know. Maybe I want to build something someday. And I'm like, well, what are you doing right now? I'm building a doghouse. Well, why don't you use the tools? I'm saving those. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. And people don't even realize, you know why? Because they've been taught all their life that money's limited. It doesn't grow on trees.
Save for a rainy day.
Dude, it's a scarcity mindset we've been taught. Well, dude, I say it's broken, but I'm not afraid. I have an abundant mindset. I know that if I blow all my money, I'll just go make more. Now, someone will be like, someday that might be not true and you'll be screwed. No, it's not true. What they just said is not true just because they said it. Okay? I will always be able to make money. Well, no. Like, don't install your stupid ass limiting beliefs onto me. I can always make money. Now, does that mean I'm not investing? No, I'm investing to make more money. I get money. Guess what my job is? Get rid of it. Why? Well, if you can get rid of it properly, it'll come back with friends. And then your job is just to get rid of it. And then it'll come back with more friends. And then you're like, no, I don't want you here. Get rid of it. And you get rid of it, and it keeps coming back with more and more and more friends. And pretty soon, you don't even work. Your full-time job is getting rid of money. And if you do it right, if you get rid of money correctly, it'll always come back with friends. Sometimes you'll push it out there and it don't come back. Well, guess what? That's a problem. That's your money gauge. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, dude, you owe me $40,000. How about that?
I was gonna say that was gold, and especially
that'll save people brain damage. That'll solve people's problem. I can't scale. People say I want to do more. I want to make more at work, and I say, well, do more. Well, what do you mean? Well, what do you mean do more? Like, what'd you do last week? I made $5,000. Okay, what'd you do? I sold 2 houses. Oh, okay. How'd you sell 2 houses? Well, I talked to 5 people and 2 of them said yes. Okay, so you want to do more than that? Talk to more than that. Like you talk to 5 to get the 2, talk to 10, I'll bet you get 4.
Well, we deal with that from an agency perspective, where we have clients who spend money, let's say on Facebook, and they make a certain amount back, and they're like, I want to make more. I'm like, are you willing to spend more? They're like, no. I don't want to spend more. I just want to make more. I'm like, so you just want to keep things as and just magically have sales double? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't work like that.
Well, you can do stuff. You can do that, but that takes time. It takes tweaking. It takes testing, which will cause you to lose money. So again,
which in addition ends up costing you money.
It'll definitely cost you money in the long run. That's the difference between price and cost. Too many people are focused on price when they need to focus on cost. The cost of not advertising is far more expensive than advertising. See,
Amen.
so people don't understand. It's like when I sell people my software, I'm like, listen, dude, you're losing money by not doing what we do. So literally you're paying not to have my software. Like, dude, people are paying not to use your digital agency. So why not use it? It's free.
Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want, check out our most recent video over here. And this one is the one YouTube thinks you'll like. But if you really enjoyed watching, please do me a favor, like and subscribe over here. Thank you so much.